Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Queenswish. So, I did a couple of things in between episodes. First of all, I outfitted Temptation to be at least usable. You know, I just want to give it a try at least, as I said. We healed. Interestingly, even though we have leveled up at least once... Well, we did level up once, I think, not twice. Yeah, no, that would have been a bit much. But we did not actually gain any skill points. So I guess you only gain skill points up to level 20, or maybe... Oh, wait. When you gain a level, you gain a skill point. When you gain an odd numbered level, the damage from all your attacks... Oh. Yeah, interesting. So I think up to level 20, we actually gained a skill point every level, as it says. But maybe from now on, it's either every other level, or maybe we're not going to gain any more points. Which, you know, isn't a big deal at all, because obviously for some time now I've been struggling to find places to spend my points at all, let alone usefully. I mean, I guess I was kind of looking forward to giving her some more evasion, for example, but, you know, we obviously have picked up everything, every important skill a long time ago, and it was just a matter of, you know, spending the points in a way that was as useful as possible. Anyway, so that's not a big deal. I'm hoping that we are still getting those damage increases and probably also health and maybe the occasional energy increases. But I mean, we're doing fine. And honestly, if we never get any stronger than we are now, we're probably still going to be okay. However, you might have already noticed, as I was looking through my inventory, I couldn't help but notice that we still had the luminescent pyrite, one of the 5 stones that were supposedly for the smith quest. And I was, you know, thinking the same thing that you might be thinking if you're not familiar with the game. So this is obviously this was the one stone that was not in my active inventory, but that I just happened to have in my you know, reserve inventory. And I didn't think it would make a difference, but apparently the game only removed the ones from our active inventories. So we really only handed over 4 of the stones. And I was immediately thinking, as soon as I noticed that perhaps only 4 out of the maximum available number are required to beat the quest, but by handing in, you know, an extra stone, you might get something better. And since I was so disappointed with Temptation, I was really thinking that maybe I missed out on the best reward, maybe a tier 3 weapon, similar but with an additional effect, maybe with a cleaving effect, for example, which would definitely make it, you know, a cleaving spear with an innate chance to bleed and poison, even if the damage is reduced, would definitely be tempting. That would actually be temptation. So yeah, what I did was I went back and, you know, begrudgingly loaded my previous save file and just speed ran to get the 2 missing stones, made sure to put them all in my active inventory, headed on over to the smith, handed in the quest. The dialogue was exactly the same, and we ended up with the exact same item, except that all 5 stones were actually removed from inventory. So yeah, I guess I mean, ultimately I'm kind of glad that I didn't have to redo everything I did last episode. It wasn't anything major, of course. Most of the time was spent just running around and trying to figure things out, but I would have had to slog through some of those annoying but not very challenging combats again. I was not looking forward to that, but well, it didn't come to that because apparently there is absolutely no reason to. And yeah, so that was a bit disappointing in a way, but also a little bit relieving, honestly. So, I mean, this weapon is fine. It would have been really cool to have a really powerful magical artifact that I actually, you know, did some work to get. But ultimately, well, it's fine. So that being said, we're going to head on over to this place. Yeah, no, that's fine. Already investigated that before. Going to head on over to Ankaro's mine, where we have 2 quests to do. These are the basically abandoned Ankaro mines. The main road to them has been overgrown, but you managed to find a narrow pathway through the forest to get here. Yeah, I mean, that wasn't hard to find at all. What you find is an abandoned ruin. Why abandoned? Maybe there is a clue in the bones and huge spider webs everywhere. Maybe. Oh, yep, there. I mean, that's a really big spider. Yikes. That's a slightly less big spider, but still way too big. You know what? I don't know. Let's maybe try to kill this one quickly. Like, one-shotting. That was surprisingly good damage. 154? That's not a lot less than a good crit we had before with our supposedly much more powerful weapon. Well, maybe we had close to 200 damage on some good crits. And damage is very, very variable. So 63, yeah, I guess normal hits with the other weapon were more like 80-ish, almost 90. So I guess the damage is lower, but we did both, you know, we did both bleed and poison that enemy, so yeah. I guess maybe that weapon is better or at least as good. And the cleaving effect was never reliable to begin with. Oh, hi there. Almost missed you. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm going to keep using the weapon for this dungeon. And if it feels powerful enough, I guess I might keep using it. I also did not use my +4 damage rune from my main weapon. I did not slot that over, basically. So I could do that to make the temptation a little bit more powerful. Yeah, anyway. There is an Ariel hunter hiding here, armored, and all alone. She is understandably nervous. There are spiders all over the place, and some of them are really big. Yep. No kidding. When you get close, she whirls around and points her glowing spear at you. Then she realizes that you're human. She lowers her spear and says, "Phew, I'm Joe Mariel, and I'm so glad to see you. You're a hero, right?" I mean, I don't normally think of myself as a hero, but I guess I am. Great, I need a proper hero. The Ankara mines are overrun with spiders. Spiders, I see. I'll be going then. I am out of here. No, okay. Then, yeah, time for some heroism. Terrific. If you can squish them, I'm sure there's lots of treasure and quicksilver to be found. I don't need it. I just want to survive. I mean, surviving would be easy if you just left. Just saying. What is this place? This is Ankara's mine. It's an old mine loaded with cinnabar. Lots of fortunes have been made here. The deeper they dug, the more they found. Then the spiders came. Where'd the spiders come from? They walked out of the woods, I guess. Deep in our forests, sometimes creatures change. Usually these monsters stay far from humans. Sometimes they hunt us. Why are you here? Watcher Acefith of Mercedes sent me. Said nobody had been out to these mines in a while. Wanted me to investigate. Then, she sighs, the Watcher told me if it was monsters, to just kill them all. I don't think he was paying attention. The spiders are really big though, so I haven't been sure what to do. So I stayed to figure this out. She waved her arm at the mine. Well, that shows a lot of dedication, I guess. I mean, mostly she was unable to fulfill the order given to her, but also obviously unable to return without fulfilling it, so that was a bit of a pickle. Good thing I came along, huh? So, can I help? Obviously I can. I hope you do. If you can get rid of the spiders, I can find a way for you to be paid. We know you Havenites like quicksilver. Yeah, I mean, I was already promised the profits of this mine, but sure. Shows a lot of dedication. A lot of the Ariel are unmotivated. Their lives are good, and they just enjoy them. Not me. The Ariel need heroes, too. I want to be one of those. It's just that there were so many spiders. Sort of a one-hero-proof number. Yeah, I mean, I suppose I wouldn't want to be here with just our main character. That would be rough. Okay, what is mine here? I mean, quicksilver, duh. Cinnabar. Rare most places, common in the Ariel woods. The source of quicksilver, which is valued everywhere. And what's quicksilver used for? Potions, the finest products of the Ariel woods. Why can we ask all these redundant questions this deep into a place like this? It makes absolutely no sense. I mean, I guess it's nice that there's a lot of dialogue with all the characters, but it's so redundant. We've heard the same things like a dozen times over in some cases. It's just, I don't know. Wisdom really, well, it makes them think they are wise. I'm not sure how wise they actually are, not after Aceville sent me out here like this. I won't complain though. Not so safe to question the Watchers. Yeah. I'm ready for something unusual. I suppose I'm here for another reason. In addition to just clearing out the monsters. Really? Well, hordes of giant spiders are unusual. Anything else? The site of an Ariel rebellion. Blessed fighting against Haven? Oh, I've heard of that. The uprising of Staves, we call it. Some of our blessed were too affected by the elixir. Thought they would make Haven leave, and Haven reacted. The uprising was put down by your lot, with help of a lot of Vol and Ducatish. I think the Ariel leaders were actually destroyed in these mines. Where did this final battle happen? The lowest level, I think. Right, that seems like a logical place to have some kind of battle. How did that happen? Whatever. The lowest level, I think. Not sure. I haven't been that far down. Spiders, you know. Yep, fair enough. Okay, well, not that I needed any of that info, but it's nice nonetheless. Leaping fiddlebacks. Fiddlebacks. Is fiddleback a type of spider that actually exists? Kind of a strange name, isn't it? I don't think we should need any buffs for this fight. There really is only the 3 of them. That damage was okay, I guess. I don't think it's gonna die though, which is the unfortunate part. It's close, but not close enough. Okay. Stun resisted at least. Alright, this one is definitely gonna die. Critical again. And stunned. Okay. Wait. Forgot that spider was not yet dead. There we go. Some Quicksilver. Sure, I'll take it. There's a way underground, and that's a way back outside, which we didn't need because we could have just walked around. Alright, fair enough. There's another way underground. No one is in need of healing. There are 2 chests here and no enemies visible, which is not suspicious at all. Give me all that wood. And stone. Okay, there actually wasn't an ambush here, surprisingly. Cursed web spinner. I didn't really mean to use Poison Rain here, but I guess I did. Heavy blow. Also, someone's drilling. A neighbor is drilling somewhere, in case you're hearing strange sounds. It's probably not going to get picked up through the mic. It does sound pretty weird, though. Okay, that one's going to die. Nice hit. Block the damage and stun resisted. Nice. You know what? Sure. Never mind. Nope. Can't charge from there. That's fine. In fact, now you can't do anything anymore. Yeah. Guess that stupid spider took too long to die from the poison or bleeding or whatever it was. Oh well. Let's just finish off this big guy. I mean, yep. That one's dead. Heavy blow, bleeding and poison. Yeah, I mean, it seems to apply bleeding and poison pretty regularly, so yeah, sure. It's not immediate damage though. I mean, I've been relying a lot on, or a lot of the damage I'm dealing is damage over time. So I guess that kind of synergizes pretty well, but it's also nice to have a way to, you know, pretty reliably deal a lot of damage at once to finish off an enemy, rather than having to rely mostly on damage over time. Oh, I don't know. Still, it feels like it's actually doing a pretty decent job, the Temptation Spear, I mean. So, and, you know, since it is a special weapon that, you know, I solved a pretty major quest to acquire, I might just keep using it, since it doesn't feel like it's crippling me or anything, far from it, so might as well. You enter the Cinnabar Mines. This is where the Ariel dig out the ore that contains their precious quicksilver. Nobody has worked down here in a while. It's cold and still, except for the skittering of huge arachnids in the darkness. As you descend, you feel the walls closing in on you. Not literally, I hope. Why don't you just wait here for the time being? I guess you can do that. Oh, never mind. I thought they were just gonna skip their turns. But of course they didn't. I guess we have a couple of enemies to deal with here, so we might as well. Yeah, so that one's gonna die. We go on this guy, perhaps. Okay, yeah, that one's also gonna die. Should have used shock, but it might be close enough. Yep. Okay, that must have been just enough damage. Okay, there is another one of the big guys, and a bunch more of the smaller ones. I could charge it down. Yeah, sure. That was some good damage too. Where's the big spider that was down here? It's obviously not this one. Missed? Ah. Bummer. Bleeding, poison. Not gonna die, so finish it off. Yeah, the other cursed web spinner must have wandered away down here somehow. I guess it didn't see us then, or maybe it's trying to reach one of the back characters and unable to, or something. What? What were you doing? I guess the AI defaulted to trying to attack from this corner instead of going to the nearest square. Guess I should have walked there manually to make sure. Oh, that was actually pretty nasty. Well, why don't you go ahead and do some restoring rain? There you are. Was hoping to reach you before our buffs ran out. Evaded. Heavy blow. Critical. Not too bad. Yeah, I mean the direct damage is quite a bit lower. And of course there are some enemies that just aren't susceptible to either poison or bleeding. It's usually the same kind of enemies, same kind of enemy that's immune to both things. Right? Are there enemies that are susceptible to one but not the other? Can't really think of one. I mean, it's mostly undead, I guess, that are immune to both. And constructs, I guess, would also be immune to bleeding and probably poison. I don't know. Well, against those enemies, obviously, this magical spear is not going to do a particularly great job. Is this a stair down? No, that's the other stair up, actually. Okay, here it goes down. Yep, looks like it's everything on this floor too. Or did we miss some kind of chest somewhere? No. Oh, hold on. Aha. Some money. Not that I really have any more need for money as far as I can tell. Because there's not going to be more equipment to buy. Okay. Not interested in fighting. Fine by me. Well, this one's gonna fight. And since we're probably not gonna be able to avoid the others for forever, might as well go ahead and buff right now. Heavy blow, bleeding and poison. Yeah. Check out this little guy. Don't get stunned, please. Immobile. Immobile is fine. okay. But again, I'm not really sure why the AI thought it needed to run all the way over there, but so long as it didn't completely waste the turn, I'm fine with that, I guess. Yep, sure. Getting just a little bit cautious about our energy levels here, so I'm gonna try and be a little bit conservative here, or else I would have charged forward there. Guess the occasional heavy blow is still okay. Just to end this a bit more quickly. So he needs some healing. No, I might as well do it right now. That was a good heal, actually. Alright, there's a chest. Quicksilver and iron. That was a good hit. That was also a very good hit, actually. Okay, that could have gone a lot worse. Right, we have a single... Well, this one's gonna die. A single smaller spider here, which shouldn't be a problem at all. Not that the big spiders are a problem. They just take a little moment to kill. Okay, one more level down. When you enter this level of the mine, your hair starts to stand on end, your skin itches, it's painfully cold, you hear hissing and whispers. Malevolent magic leaking from the soil into the mines explains a lot about how this place was lost. So is this the aforementioned lowest level? I guess it could be. Probably a good idea to save the game. There's certainly something going on here, although, I mean, it does seem like there is something lower than this. The bottom of that pit. But this certainly looks like it could be an ancient battlefield of some sort. Again, doesn't really make much sense to have a battlefield underground. But maybe that's what it is. Hello, spider abomination. This gigantic, hideous spider is like the ones above. Just even more twisted, more charged with the raw, chaotic energy of the Ariel Woods. It can't get any food down here. It is only kept alive by magic. It still gets hungry, though. Mindlessly ravenous, in fact. Well, can kind of relate to that, not having had breakfast today. No, not yet, anyway. But still, that's as far as my sympathy goes with things like this. Please just stay there, by the way. Okay, thanks for staying there. Much appreciated. Trying to spread people out a bit, as I usually do, just, you know, in case there is some kind of AoE spells. Actually, yeah, we know that spiders do these. Okay, he was stunned. That's annoying, but not too big of a problem. I'm actually gonna go ahead and slow down the big guy. Resisted, huh? I mean, for a final boss for a dungeon, it doesn't seem tough enough, honestly. It doesn't have a ton of health. But maybe this is just not a super tough dungeon? I mean, I guess even if there is another fight after this one, we should probably be fine in terms of resources. I have used my Infernal Construct, which obviously is not super necessary. Evaded, okay, thanks. Sure, have another heavy blow. Confusion resistant. Good. Heavy blow. More poison. Oh, okay. Restoring Shade. Well, I mean, it looks like it's not gonna get much of a chance to restore anything here. Critical. And immobile. Okay, but not stunned. Immobile is not so bad. The spider is probably dead. 61? Yeah, I mean it's... Oh, actually, no. Let's finish the job manually. The spider abomination collapses. Its legs fold up under it, and it lands on the stone with a satisfying splat. Now that it is gone, the magic cursing these mines will fade. The roads around here are sure to be safer. You might be able to take advantage of the quicksilver here. You will have to find someone who can run the mine, though. Well, that's gonna be the least of our problems. Also, that was indeed the final boss. I mean, final boss of this dungeon. So, well, I guess it's really pretty easy dungeon after all. There. Heal him again. End combat, and let's hope that we can find what we were supposed to find in here. Armor of the Woods. That looks fancy as heck, but of course it's not actually... Oh wait, healing bonus. Hold on just a second. It's a tier 2 armor though. And the defense is actually pretty bad, all things considered. Also the healing bonus is not even anywhere near. So I guess this is intended for a fighter type character who has some kind of healing spell, which, you know, is obviously very easy to acquire. And in fact, both of my fighters do have the basic healing spell, but still, yeah, everything else is just so bad. The armor is really bad. The bonuses aren't that great. Only a single augment slot. Yeah. Thanks, but no thanks. Lightning Orb we've seen a couple of times at this point. And there is something even deeper. Huh. So I guess we weren't done, huh? This is the lowest level of the mine. It has not been worked for many years. Even before the spiders came, it was sealed off. It's bitter cold, so... obviously something more is coming up. You see scorch marks and long-dried brownish bloodstains on the floor. There was a battle here long ago. A battle took place here, yes. Thanks for repeating what you just said. Someone was trapped here. They tried to fight off their attackers only to be burned out by a rain of fireballs. Scorch marks are everywhere, but only a few chips of bone remain. Yet the battle was not the end for the defenders. You can easily sense a haunting. Your breath is freezing up now, and the stone is icy under your feet. After the victors left, something of those they killed remained. What do we get here? This box is full of old mining junk, rusty and coated with frost. Everything of value was looted long ago. Among the trash you find a cracked flask. It was used to hold elixir, the stuff that drove the Blessed to rebellion. You put it in your pack. Lady Brokk might be interested. Huh. So I guess that's the memento she wanted. That is why we're here, right? To find something, because this is the place where her husband fell, I think. Widow of the Brokk. Her husband served there before his death. Okay, so this is not necessarily where he died, but... yeah, actually this is where he had one of his big successes, I guess. Huh. So technically we don't even need to do anything here. But I guess we're still going to. Why don't you bring all of these and bless, and you drink as well. Theoretically I could, you know, pass around one of those potions, but I think we're gonna be fine. Yeah, now these, for example, are enemies that are not gonna bleed at all, but they also don't seem that bad. I guess they all have quite a few hit points. Obviously I'm gonna focus on the spellcaster looking guy. I guess they have 2 spellcaster types. So there's that. I'm going to weaken them for what it's worth. Hopefully it's gonna hit. Yep, sure did. Charge down this guy. Wait, that was suboptimal, because I was actually planning to slow them as well. I guess I can still do that. Sorry, Atantuo. I mean, you're still hasted, actually. So that's just fine. Gonna heal you. Yeah. Healing Radiance. That sucks. But, on the other hand, the mage is almost dead. Or I guess they were dead before. Almost destroyed, I should say. Almost is not good enough, though, so let's finish him off before I can do anything else. Yeah, I guess it's still worth doing this. Vicious strike, bleeding immune. Taking a lot of damage. These guys certainly hit pretty hard, but so do we. Heavy blow. There we go. Alright. Not sure what that healing radiance was supposed to do. But it couldn't have been beneficial to us, so better to get that guy out of the picture quickly here. Again, almost killing. That's fine though. Confusion on 2 of us. Evaded, alright. Confused, vulnerable, that's fine. And that is that. Get some energy back. Static Jade. Magical armor, curse resist, curse duration, and 3 slots. Okay. Not terrible. Just want to radiance. Curse resist and curse duration. I mean, the only curse I really regularly use is slow, so it wouldn't make sense to have that on him. Lose out on the extra level of radiance. I mean, it's useful, but it's not reliable even with the extra level, so I guess I could get rid of that and just swap those over. Might not be a bad thing. Maybe better, honestly. And other than that, we get a lot of money. Well, I mean, some money, at least. Again, for what it's worth, which is not really all that much. Surprised we didn't get any kind of message confirming our victory here. But that's okay. Well, I guess we're done here. Both quests should be complete. Who do we report to for the mine quest? I guess, I mean, we got the official quest from Aesfrith, I think? Or did we? Wait, hold on. City Errands. Oh, from Lonius. Ah, yeah, of course. Right, I mean, he promised us to get the Quicksilver from this mine if we could free it, which we did. But obviously we'll have to talk to our quartermaster at the nearby fort to actually send people here. Well, maybe we'll have to do both. Hey, I destroyed the spiders. I'm so glad. I'll hunt down the rest of the pests, and then I can return to Mercedes. That leaves the precious cinnabar and the foundry to process it. It could use workers. I would claim the cinnabar for Haven then. Well, I'm sure there are Ariel who would gladly come to work this place in return for a share of the Quicksilver. Until someone from Mercedes tries to claim it, these mines can produce well for you. A fair bounty, I think, for your help. Anyway, Aesfrith will probably forget these mines exist. I mean, again, we were tasked officially to come here? Star of Sliven quest. Oh, right, I guess I should return to Sliven at some point to talk to Astara. Completely forgot about that. Well, first things first. I cleaned out Ankaro's mine. You tell Lonius a hair-raising tale of giant spiders and deep pits. He shudders. Ugh, I'm glad I never go beyond the city walls. He hands you a document. That grants you the right to all Quicksilver in the mines. Wasn't going to do us any good anyway. Well, wasn't doing us any good anyway. Of course, that is not our only possible source of Quicksilver. Right. Always happy to collect more bribes? I mean, I guess. Then let me tell you about the latest disaster. There is a cinnabar works near here. Aesfrith doesn't care about it. I would be happy to put it into capable hands. Where's the cinnabar works? It is across the river to the northwest. Oh, okay, so maybe that is the location? The obvious map location? Look for where the land is polluted and dead and the animals are twisted and wrong. Isn't that kind of everywhere, though? Why are you so happy to give it to me? Because too much magic got loose, too much elixir spilled. The land became corrupted. There's plenty of cinnabar there, waiting to be turned into Quicksilver. First, you need to control the place, yes. What perils await me there? The last workers who fled said that ooze was seeping out of the ground, chasing and burning them, so I would suggest looking into that. Right. I mean, not that it really matters, ultimately. It's not like I choose what quests to do based on the enemies there. Well, except in very rare occasions where, you know, hold off on doing certain quests just because I don't particularly feel like dealing with more mind warpers or something like that. Should we go ahead and talk to Acefirth? I guess he doesn't really have anything to do with that mine. And I wonder if we actually have to return here. Minimal theft, but still. Slowly but surely we're losing our iron supplies. That's okay. Yeah, I doubt we're gonna have anything to talk about here. Supplies. Yeah, no. So that quest was just done, and I'm assuming that workers will have moved into Ankara's mine in the meantime. There's old cinema work. So still haven't discovered that location. It's still something else. I mean, that's good. It's not like I'm trying to run out of places to explore. I guess I can return to the Widow. She's enchained, right? Yeah. Let's quickly hop on over across the entire continent, you know. No big deal. That should probably conclude this questline then. I found this old elixir flask in Ankara's mine. Quest advanced, not finished. Interesting. She takes the old jug and pours you some tea. Okay, thanks. Hopefully not out of the elixir flask, because that might be bad. Then she looks at the broken flask for a long time. She sniffs it and winces. The smell of the elixir remains. This held the fluid that drove them mad, that made them killers, that rules them. She looks up at you. You know the Ariel. What do you think of the elixir? Well, the elixir drives their leaders mad, that's pretty clear. Yes, elixir helps them live longer. They become skilled in magic, and yet they are slaves as much as the poor Vol Owen are. She holds up the flask. They died in a pit for this. She sets a broken flask on the floor. The broken flask on the floor. Thank you for this memory of my lord's brave service. It fills me with dread, but there is one more thing I want. What is the last trinket you want? Now she's silent for a long time. I want something from where Lord Brokk died. Oh, how did he die? He was fighting in the Vol alongside Havenites. Queen Sharon gave instructions that Owen uprisings were to be put down. That is why he was in drowning jail. Really? I mean, we've been to that place, so in theory it should be pretty easy to retrieve this final item. Queen Sharon is my mother. I mean, doesn't she know that? Why would we mention that now? I am aware. Yeah. I don't know why I mentioned it. What exactly happened there? A familiar story. Some Owen were pushed too far. They struck back. They were punished, eradicated in drowning jail. Normally, Haven can deal with such a rebel without a single loss. Alas for my husband, one stone-tipped arrow from one crude bow found its mark. He was buried there in honors. Where is drowning jail? Its caves are a place of punishment on the southern coast of the Vol. A long journey, a far place for my husband to die. What exactly do you want from there? I want you to find the room where he died. I want a symbol of what he died for. It is vague, I know, yet she looks you in the eye. I think you will find what I need. Well, I suppose I will. Be right back. Although I'm probably not gonna head there in this episode. Wasn't there something? Oh, right, I wanted to visit Sliven, visit Astara and Sliven. I mean, wouldn't make sense to travel back there, then down there, then all the way back up. So I guess I might as well. You know what? I might as well. Actually, there are probably going to be some extra enemies now. Some new enemies. So since I am expecting some fighting here, I probably should take a break. Is there anything? Well, I guess I have a bunch of things to sell, but I still have one empty inventory slot, which should hopefully be enough. I'd rather not run into a situation where I have to just throw something away again. I don't know. I guess I'll save here. Maybe I'm gonna, end the episode here. Maybe I'm gonna return somewhere to sort out my inventory a little bit. Maybe resocket that necklace for Kellock. Or maybe I'm just gonna push on ahead and see what's what. There might just not be a whole lot to do here. But either way, I'm gonna check out next time. As always, I thank you very much for watching. I wait. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. I don't know. I just thought I thought of something or forgot to talk about something, but I don't think I did. Yeah, never mind. So, as always, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.